wonder why everybody uses a self-facing camera. Okay. Why is this thing stuck on Dumbo Land? Okay, there it is. No, I don't know why it's showing a picture of the... Oh, wait. Okay, there it is. There, that's better. I don't know why it's showing a picture of the... turn down the volume. Okay. So now I'm monitoring myself. I'll let you take a look. Oh, what side are you on? Oh, there you are. Okay, there you see video's freezing up. It's acting stupid. It says I got 3 bars on 4G, but it's still acting stupid. So trying to get this thing set up that I can show you some of the stuff that I'm talking about. It's still messed up. I want to eventually have it to where this phone will be like mounted right here so that you can see the screen. You'll be able to see me. But it's going to take a while. So let me just find some stuff on here. It's not on YouTube. Well, actually, Norland is on YouTube. I wasn't watching YouTube. I was watching Google, and this computer doesn't have Google. It has Microsoft Edge, right? So I'm gonna have to get a different laptop. I'll go into the store and look at it first. I didn't know that this one did not have these 2 buttons right here, or else I would not have bought this computer. I ordered it through the Amazon, I think it was. But okay, so here's Google. Looks like Google. Let me see if I can find no, I can't find any stories. I'll have to show you on this phone right here. So we're loading up the... Let me go back to YouTube. We're loading up the circuit, so I hope that it can drive all these devices. So I have the camera, my computer, and my phone. All right. So, seeing a lot of people here on YouTube. They're already starting to do the videos against, you having your own solar power, like I said they would, and it's amusing, but right now it's so goofy that you really can't comment on the videos they're putting out right now, because they're afraid to make any statement or whatever, because they know they're going to be obliterated, right? So they're just like doing stupid stuff, putting generators with no mufflers on them, 100 decibels and stuff to make a hot air popper, but it's all just a bunch of horse dookie right now. So anyway, let me show you what I saw on Google this morning. For you people, just something to think about. Okay, and so let me see here. Let me go to Google News. See, to go to Google News, all you do is you see where it says Google up on top, that search bar. You just press the G like that, and then all kinds of news stories come up. So that's what I'm talking about. Okay, I'm talking about the news stories I saw in here. Um, like this stuff that's right here that says electric vehicles will no longer be exempt from HOV lane rules. Whatever the hell that means, right? But look who's writing it. These are fake. These are fake bullcraps. And it's just like they're in denial, right? But anyhow, let me find this one thing that I saw in here with all the head honcho people on there. Well, have you noticed all the motorcycle things going on the road? A lot of people getting wiped out. Okay. Um, and then that one guy who's going to do that, he's going to try to do that evil Knievel thing. That is like letting somebody do suicide, but yet they want to throw Dr. Kevorkian in prison for assisting people who are, you know, okay. So I can't find the story right now, but I'll tell you what it said. And, you know, these bozos are starting to catch on that, you know, the gap between the rich and the poor is, I mean, it's not the financially, the gap is not closing, but the communication is getting narrower between the rich and the poor because of the free flow of information. And so this lady, I don't know who this lady is. They had the Trump and the whole bunch of clowns. I don't even know who they are, right? But they had Trump and this whole bunch of clowns, and then they had this lady up there, and she's like on the podium, and she's like, and I'm like, who is this lady, right? And and uh, and then the news article said that they're going to go in. Well, they said what she said. She says we're gonna do something to all you punks, right? These are all the people in Washington, D.C., District of Columbia, right? She called them, and who is they? Who in the hell is she talking about? Because this is the same thing they done to the Black Panther Party. And while the Black Panther Party, you know who they were, right? But who is this lady talking about? And the Black Panther Party was a civil rights organization. They were just fighting for their civil rights. So who are these people she's calling punks? Okay? She said something about these punks. And it's like, you know, they throw her up there to talk for them, right? The dude won't get out there himself and call these people punks because that's what they are. They are punks. Punks has a few different meanings. And in prison, I'm pretty sure, I'm not an expert, this is what I've heard on the streets. In prison, a punk is somebody that they sexually violate in prison. Piece of cake, basically. Something like that. And it's basically a, you know what I'm saying. They do the, Well, I can't say it, right? But that's what I heard a punk is in prison. That's what a punk means. Someone who gets sexually um, violated in prison. Like, no big deal, right? Anybody that wants to do it to him can do it. That's a punk because the person doesn't fight, stand up against it, and just lets them have their way. That's what punk means in prison. I'm pretty sure. Okay. Punk also means, I looked this up on AI, punk means someone who stands up against an unjust government. Is that what she's referring to? Punk, the punk movement was like, there was a band called uh, Noise in the Machine or something like this. This was punk. Strangely enough, strangely enough, it was called Noise in the Machine or something like this. But this is punk rock, and they were actually talking about legit stuff. Okay, so is she saying that people who stand up against an unjust government are punks? Is that what she's saying? Why did she choose this term? Is a word a term? If it is, why did she use this term, punk? Right? And so punk can have two meanings, two different meanings. It can mean a person who doesn't fight for himself and lets other people sexually violate him. Or it could mean someone who stands up against an unjust government. What the hell is she talking about? Okay. You can see the article. It just barely came out right now. And, you know, loosely, a punk means, on the street. Loosely, it's just, I don't know. Look it up. Look up what Google says or whatever. But that's strange that she used this term, punk. So these people, whoever they are, I don't know who they are, but if they are just, hoodlums or thugs, that's a different story. But who is she talking about? Come up here like she's all big and bad, right? Calling them punks? That's crazy. So that's my next endeavor to find out who the hell are they talking about or what's going on over there in Washington, D.C., right? That they had to pull out the National Guard on these people. Is this civil war again that they're not telling the people about because of all the rebellion that's going against an unjust government, a government that's screwing over poor people, right? Preying on individuals who can't defend themselves, making them homeless. And so that's all I've got for right now. And I just wanted to bring that to your attention. That's going on there in Washington, D.C. Okay, Yale reads, what are you on about? I just told you there's an article that came out this morning and it had all the head honchos, Donald Trump, and a whole bunch of other clowns who I don't know who they are. And that they had this lady talking up on a podium and she said that they're going to go do something about all these punks in Washington, D.C. So I don't know who the hell she's talking about because I haven't heard nothing about it. But maybe Norland, Chris Norland, can comment on this and find out exactly what the hell these people are talking about, right? Because they just called a whole group of people, whoever the hell they are. I don't know who they are. But if they're people who are standing up against an unjust government, that's one thing. If they're thugs, hoodlums, that's another thing. Okay, so uh, that needs to be cleared. So that's all I have for right now this morning. I'll keep you informed later on what's going on with the um, power stations that everybody's building. I told you that this is the largest industry on planet Earth, okay? And they are completely 100% threatened right now because as soon as this catches on, their stocks are gonna freaking dump big time. Okay, so this is the genie that they did not want to get out of the bottle, and because of the electric vehicle, this is why they were trying to stomp it out. Nobody ever knew why. They all thought it was about the fuel. Turns out it was about the batteries. Okay, and so that's what I'm doing. I'm doing um, research on these batteries. I haven't purchased one yet, and to show you how powerful these batteries are. That's why you can have your own, basically like a nuclear power plant. You don't have to pay anybody for power. That's the largest industry on planet Earth, energy. Okay, but the genie's out of the bottle because the battery technology is through the roof. This is what enables people to have their own basic nuclear power plant, generating station at home, piece of cake. People are already building them. 5,000-watt generators off free energy. Okay? And so thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you all a little bit later.